Greetings all my fellow Unreal Engine degenerates. I hope you're all doing fine today. So, how about we learn something new today? We've all been there, haven't we? Staring at our virtual production backgrounds, waiting for something, anything to happen. I mean, it's like watching paint dry on a green screen. But what if I told you you don't have to live that life anymore? That's right. Say goodbye to your static, boring backgrounds, and let's start adding some moving elements. Because in the world of Unreal Engine, static is tragic. Today, I'll share with you a few tips on how to liven up your virtual set with moving elements.
Let's get this party started.
This is a typical scene with a boring static background and foreground.
Or is it?
As I start my camera, the foreground comes to life. Add virtual audiences.
But how the heck do I do that?
In order to do this, you will need the city sample crowd from Epic. You don't need the whole matrix map. You only need the city sample crowd from Epic Store. Here's a tutorial that will be really helpful. All links are in the description. With the city sample crowd, you can add loads of meta-humans doing all sorts of actions like walking about their lives in the background or standing idle with minimal movement as if they were watching your show.
It is jaw-dropping what you can do with this. You know what else is jaw-dropping? Your frame rate.
Be careful not to add too many as they can tank your frame rate. 10 to 20 is a sweet spot for me. You can see here in the scene, as long as you do some camera trick, the foreground won't look empty. There's still another way to add hundreds of characters to your scene without completely breaking your relationship with your graphics card.
VAT textures.
With VATs, you can add as many characters as you need. It is a bitch to set it up though, but once you've done it 400 times, you get the hang of it. And now, on to tip number 2.
Moving vehicles.
Back to this project, we have already covered the foreground. These nice fellas standing there with little movement, oblivious to the fact their whole existence boils down to pleasing my ego. But wait, what's there in the background? Trains and trucks. Look at that. The one thing that makes the whole world economy spin.
Cargo trains.
But how the heck do you do that? First of all, you need to use a take recorder to record an animation of you piloting the train on the desired area. For the first train in the background, all I had to do was pilot the train from one side of the map to the other. Since this train didn't have moving parts and it's in a straight line, I pressed play in the editor and used a take recorder to pilot the train to the other side. Sounds simple, right? It's not. To achieve this, you will need to set up a new game mode where the train is your main character. Here are some tutorials on how to do that.
Links are in the description.
For the second train, it'll be more complicated. Since it's not moving in a straight line and each container rotates separately from the head, you will need to rig this motherfucker. Rigging a skeleton? Are you fucking kidding me? Ain't nobody got time for that. Worry not, my friends, that is what YouTube is here for.
Except for watching those unskippable ads.
Rigging can be very intimidating, but since we're only dealing with vehicle and we only need a few moving parts, this can be done very easily. Here are some tutorials to help you with that. Once I rigged the train, I had to make sure it followed the tracks. For that, you can use a spline to make it follow the tracks. Lastly, we got this track here. This bit was a little trickier because the floor on the scene is not flat, so we had to use a take recorder again after rigging the truck and set a new game mode for it so you can pilot it. Wow, that was a lot to take in, right? Well, in the end, it was worth it. The customer was happy, my cats were happy, even my sciatic nerve was happy. Doing virtual production on a low budget doesn't have to be dull. You can make it fun and entertaining as long as you're willing to put some time into it. I myself learned a lot from it. I got pretty intimidated when learning how to do the vehicle rigging part, but once you do it 100 times...
And it still doesn't work.
Exactly. Wait, what? My point is, everything is trial and error. Let's see the final results. Hello everybody, how is everybody doing today? Today we are here once again in yet another beautiful scene that we have here going on today. to help our partner TRU Trucks